Start recording. Welcome back. Oh, I just slammed into my desk. It's fine. Jesus. We'll get through it.
Everything's fine and good.
But welcome back. How are you?
I am great. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe in jet lag, but now I do.
Yes, I wanted to spend a little time having you tell us about your experience in London, England.
London, you can't see on the shirt. This just looks like I have their flag,
Cute.
which is cute. But what you can't see
Oh, yeah.
is
I
that it
see it
says,
now. Yeah. I just thought you were like you joined their military or something.
yeah. I just walked in and was like, can I just get a shirt with a
Can-
little flag on it? Just a tiny one at the front. No, it's really cool in person. And then I noticed, I was like, you can't see that on screen.
I
But it's a
believe
shirt
it.
that says London, England, black on black, the flag in the front. And it's new. I just got it out of the dryer. Um, London, England. First of all, first time out of the country. First time using my passport, and it was very exciting. I was gone for 10 days,
Beep.
and it was magical and wonderful. And I'm sure that I sound like just like some tourist who has never left the country before, but I don't care. I had a wonderful time. Um, we got to see a lot of things which felt good. Like we left there being like, okay, we experienced the
Mm-hmm. All the
I think we
things that we
hit
needed.
everything that we
Yeah.
could. Yeah. So it was great. The first day I was there, we were sitting outside at this park and I said, "Uh-oh." I said, "Oh no, I want to live here."
No.
So, uh I don't know. It was just a really good experience. I don't think there was a moment where it was a bad experience and so maybe we got lucky, but oh, that's a lie. This wasn't a bad experience, but our tour bus
I was
broke
gonna say, I was
down.
like, wow, that's pretty positive for what you told me.
Hey, our tour bus broke down, so we took 2-day tours. Like we got on the bus at 7:30 a.m. and we were getting home at like 8 p.m. And we had gone and seen all the things. Both times we went and we saw
Mm-hmm.
three different areas, and we saw the third thing and we was headed back, and our bus made a weird noise. There were about 55 of us on the bus, and we like kind of laughed about it, and then our bus driver pulled over, and we were leaking um what's the thing that makes the bus go up and down?
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Suspension?
Yeah, suspension fluid. We were leaking that all over the place. So we actually ended up not getting home until about midnight,
Ooh.
because we had to wait for another bus to come and then go back. But that was the only like quote unquote bad experience.
Yeah.
But we didn't have anything else to do. That was our plan for the whole day, and so that was that. Um, but anyway, it was good. It was wonderful. I'm already looking at ways to move there. So
No,
I
I
say
don't
that
blame
kind
you.
of jokingly, but also not.
No, I mean, I don't blame you and I encourage it. I say if you can do it, do it. Honestly.
Yeah, I did get on the dating apps, and in my thing, I was like, "Hey, I'm an American here for a week. I'm just looking for someone to marry me." And it was jokes, but like, uh, but turns out there are ways to get there without getting married. You could just work
Yeah. Okay.
crazy, and so, um, I'm going to look into that at least a little bit to see like just to see just to
Yeah.
see what's up.
I mean, with all the news, everything here, I feel like coming back here would be like, yeah, that's okay. Your hair looks really
Yeah.
nice, by the way. I don't know.
Thank you. I washed it this morning. It feels bad. Okay, some things I've noticed. Let me give you some things about London, England specifically that I noticed. Their water was way better. My hair feels terrible now because
Okay.
I washed it here. They little things that they do that I think Americans would freak out if we decided to do it like throughout the country. This was kind of everywhere. Um, Anytime you went to a takeout place, it was like wooden spoons and forks.
I love that. I feel like I would enjoy that.
So good. And like after we kind of like got over that it's not like as pointy as a regular fork or whatever, blah blah blah. Like we were just like, yeah, this makes sense. It's all recyclable, easily recyclable. All of the straws, every straw was either paper or like I think mostly paper, which people don't really enjoy, but you just kind of got over it. We just kind
Then
of
don't use a straw. You know what I mean?
hey, then don't use one. Yeah. Um and also English people, tell me if I'm wrong, but everyone loved a sandwich. I told you about this. Anywhere I went, there were like little convenience areas and almost every single one had sandwiches available. And it was a wonderful experience for me. I love a sandwich and so did everyone else. So, those are just little things. And also I should have learned a lot more about history and colonization before I not before I went, but like there were a lot of things that I was like, I don't think I would have known that this had to do with colonization in England. So, and those are just things that we enjoyed, and I think that Americans would think that was silly.
I bet they have soft water in England. I bet that's what it is because most of the water here is hard. So if you go to great old Branson, Missouri, their water is soft. So if you ever notice when you shower there that the water is different, you don't feel like it's like gets all the you almost feel it not as clean because it's not you don't have that tight skin feeling. It's soft water there.
Wait, you feel like your skin is tighter when you're in Branson?
No, when I'm not there. Like if you go to Branson, you're almost like I feel like almost oily. Like I don't feel like it's quite as like rinsed off because it's like not as harsh. And people do say it affects hair.
Interesting. I think that it made my hair softer. I felt not oily, but definitely not.
It's different.
It's different, but also fun fact, but of course this is real because the American whatever. We did not make a single meal and we didn't feel gross after anything we ate.
I know. Now I will say their food
a little nuts.
We have the good stuff over here that's gonna make you feel bad. So that's one hang up that I do see a lot of people being like, oh, I wish I lived in America for some of their food, but I feel like I can deal.
But we had Slim Chickens.
True.
Slim Chickens, we had Five Guys. I had never had Jollibee. Jollibee, I think it's really in California. But we had it because it was around us. So like we had food that we would have had. We had fried chicken a couple times, but we just didn't feel good after. You do?
I hate Slim Chicken. I've gone there twice. Both times the chicken was gristly and just tasted bad. And it had no redeeming qualities.
Oh. I usually go for the wings and to cry in their parking lot. But this was, I think I got a sandwich. There, which was fine. I think
that's what we did too, but I don't know. Both times Sam and I have gone, we've been like, it's that texture. Oh, I didn't pull up your last Stray Kids lesson.
Yes, I do like their wings too, by the way.
I've heard they're good.
They are good. Their wings are good.
Everything looks good I see on TikTok, but I also don't trust TikTok anymore about what they say because everything they've reviewed and I've reviewed, I'm like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, they're being paid for something.
They have
someone's
to be.
Getting paid.
Also, this was gonna be a talking point. I was gonna use it at a different time. I hate the lingo that people on TikTok make up for stuff. I saw a girl do a video the other day and she's like, let's make a loaded water. It was just water with powder mix-ins. A loaded water?
No, that's for potatoes.
Loaded. Crazy. And they just use little
loaded.
They use phrases and stuff that makes me just want to die a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I hate that. No, yeah, I don't like that. Oh, also, I have a stance that I want to take.
Yes, please.
In London, they have it's called the Underground. It
Okay.
is their like subway system,
Mm-hmm.
their bus system. That's what it's called. It is amazing. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but my cousin and I loved the Underground. You walked a couple blocks, got on a train, and went across the. We didn't use a. Oh, we did use a bus once, but that was just because we wanted to. Um, we did not use a vehicle the entire time aside from our those trips, the day trips, but that was different. And I think that United States, I'm going to say this about the entire United States. We contribute buses and subways to people who are poor.
Yes.
And that is why we will not ever have a good system is because they think it's for poor people. While on the underground there were people who they were dressed to the nines. They were just going to work.
Yeah.
They were they were they were poor, but you also paid to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a free service. You paid to use it, and it wasn't. But it also wasn't a ton of money. It was very accessible, and I think that the United States will never have anything like that because either they'll make you pay a lot of money, or they think that bus systems and public transportation systems are for poor people.
The only
They will
exception
never
is New
enter into
York.
that.
Because New York, you cannot. Like, there's no driving. So I'm like, that's the only exception, and that seems rough.
But I've taken the subway. Was I in New York? It was in eighth grade. I don't on that trip, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, that was a blur. Um, so I've taken it before, but it was always kind of like this like thing that you don't want. Don't tell people you take a subway.
Mm-hmm.
Subways are for poor people.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the vibe I got, and that may not be how it's talked about in New York, but that's like kind of what it was
Yeah.
talked about outside of it. And I think that like the buses in the town I live in, people don't want to say they take the bus
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because it's just like associated that way. But this, like, everyone was taking the bus, everyone was taking the underground, everyone was taking the tube. Like, it was just an everybody thing. And I was on it thinking, this is why
Mm-hmm.
we'll never have that same thing, is because these types of public transportation is associated with poor people, and that will never be something that gets invested in.
Yeah.
And
No, that
that
makes
is my
sense.
little soapbox that I stood on.
No,
Because
I appreciate it.
it was just an observation I had that this while we were there, it was something everyone used. Tourists could use it, people who live there could use it, people from other parts of the like other parts, as long as they had the right card or as long as you could like tap
Mm-hmm.
your phone, you could use this thing, and we will never have that. And now I like understood why. So
Yeah. No, I love that. Well, we're glad
that
to
was
have
that.
you back. Welcome back to America.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. So
Thanks.
we are at our final Stray Kids member to learn. And then
Yes.
from here, I don't know what I'll do. But I do want us to have a time before we go where we will watch music videos. And then it'll just be me going, that's that one. That's that one. That's that one.
Oh my
Also,
God, love.
I was looking at the set list. I don't like looking at set list. I don't know a lot of the songs. I know that they're going to do an
Okay.
encore. I don't really care about the encore. So I'm already setting this up with you now. We're going to be old 31-year-olds. We're going to get out of there. We're going to beat traffic.
That's okay. I also, while there, the whole reason we went was because my cousin loves pilots,
hmm
loves them. And she also ended up getting us pit tickets.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
did not realize that there was like lore behind this band. And now I'm getting it, I'm understanding it. But I know all of these like young people were looking at me being like, who's this old bat who doesn't
Someone's
know any of
mom is
these
here. Embarrassing.
Yeah, but like I truly enjoy just going to concerts and watching people and feeling
Yeah.
the music, because I think I've told you this before. I don't unless I am purposefully listening to lyrics, I don't listen to lyrics. I
hmm
just am there for vibes. And so I plan on doing the same thing when we're there. I won't know all of these
We're
songs,
going
but
to
I am
watch
just
the
there to have
whole
an
train
amazing
ride.
time.
The whole 8 hours we're on the train, I'm going to have my phone in your face and be like, look at it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm fine.
We're going to hang out. We're going to sit on the train and talk and gossip. Maybe record an episode. I don't know.
That's absolutely. That would be really fun.
That would be fun. They can't hear us, but it's just us being like, that's the whole train ride.
That's it.
Okay. I don't know. I've never been on a train like this before. So.
Me neither.
All right. This is your final member. So this is Lino. Lino is a dancer, I believe. I like Lino. He's great. He's pretty. They're all pretty. Like, I feel like every single one's been like, I don't know anything about him, but they're pretty. He has very good vocals as well. His Skizu is, look at that. That's beautiful. Is a bunny. He just seems quiet.
Gives bunny.
But, I don't know anything. But I know it's him.
That's him.
That's him.
Cute. Little bunny.
Yeah.
Vocals.
Here's him with Felix. You know Felix. Everyone knows Felix.
I do know Felix.
He rolls his eyes a lot. He's kind of sassy.
Love. Me too.
That's definitely Han. Okay, I was like, that's not him. So, let's look at, okay, so looking at this photo, can you identify which one's Lino?
My thing is so small.
Oh, okay, well, that's making it worse, actually.
Just like the way my...
Here's Bang-chan.
Even if yes.
Bang-chan. Lino.
Oh. Okay, I made you a little bigger.
And then Hunjin.
On the side, yes.
Yep. So.
And then Lino in the middle.
So now you've graduated. Yay! Yay! I need to order my shirt. I'm gonna wear.
Been making them all. I know you can't see my screen right now, but I have made them bigger, and this is how I should have been looking at it the whole time. But
here's him as a baby, if that helps.
That does help. Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, you graduated, and
thank you.
So now you're ready. I think I'm gonna keep sending you TikToks where I'm just like, here's this one, here's left, here's right.
So. No, I appreciate that. I also haven't been on TikTok in a long time, but I will.
Wow, proud of you. That's okay. I'll do Instagram.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Please do Instagram. I'll do that. I don't know what happened. I really think after the ban, I was like, okay, never mind.
Okay, I'm laughing because we had 2 bots come into our kick chat.
I did.
One of them, I love this game. What game?
I did see that.
They want to help me run my channel organically. Well, thank you. Wow. No thanks.
Well,
we're doing
you're
really
being
good
really
here.
Inorganic right now.
Yeah, that feels very robotic. Okay, so let's do our intro. Welcome back. You have been listening for 20 minutes to Oops All Opinions, episode 14.
You have.
I'm Relax. Mm-hmm. That's that one chick. And if they have an opinion that's different than ours, what can they do with it?
They can argue with themselves.
Amen. Amen. Okay, so what's our topic and how did we decide on this topic?
Today's topic is bosses. And you can decide on, you can tell us what to do. Actually, argue with yourself and also tell us what to do when it comes to this. There are polls on Spotify and maybe others, but we know Spotify for sure. We don't know
where to look.
And so far we have 2 consistent hotties. One of the hotties was on vacation, so I don't think they...
Out of the country.
But out of the country, out of here. So one of the hotties was the one who voted this week, but if you also vote, you could be a part of that. And most likely we'll pick yours. You can be over the hotties.
Yep. You can be a different level of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is how we come up with the topics.
There, you nailed that. Okay, so can you give me? I always feel like I go down the negative hole, but can you give me a really good boss you had? And also, have you ever had
Mhm.
a bad boss? And not bad in a good way, but bad.
Not like a baddie.
Not a bad
Um,
boss.
Honestly, I haven't had tons of directly negative bosses.
Hmm.
Like people who like I didn't want to talk to type of thing. Um, my current boss is one of the most amazing people in the world. She's very passionate about what she does. She also just really wants our team to work together and she does it in a pretty direct way, but she also is very open to communication and she gives the vibe of like someone who like I understand why people would be a little intimidated by her, but people don't really I don't go into a conversation with that person intimidating me. And so we're we don't have that sort of relationship. So she's probably one of my she's just my most current as an adult I see her working hard to make this what it is. I've had like fun bosses. Um but the only thing that I could see like negatively were just not with this boss. Um I've had a boss say that I should relax more, so I should go out and have a couple drinks. And I thought that was weird. I did think that was strange. I was 21. I was 21. They worked us. That was my kind of cult job.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
but so we had a certain amount we had to get done every day, but we didn't have downtime, and so I guess they all just drank, which is fine, but it was weird for a boss to tell me that. And also I had another boss that like in his own way, he was fine overall, but he was also very misogynistic and but I don't think he meant to be. But it was very much like the guys and then me and the other
Yeah.
girl who worked there. So it but it wasn't like I know that but people have very directly misogynistic bosses, which is why I'm like it wasn't that. But those are the only like I don't know, negative.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky in the bosses I've had. Very lucky in the bosses
Hmm.
I've had. I guess I'll just say that. It's like I haven't had terrible because also I will leave.
Yeah. No. Okay.
I'm
I know
I
our audience is our age, so you guys don't need the advice. But like, no boss is worth a job sucking at all.
I will leave immediately. If someone came like if I did something wrong or something you don't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
came up and you talked to me, but you better talk to me as a human being
Hmm.
and not like not a dog. And no one has ever done that. So it's like so that's I haven't had a bad experience, but I also would simply go away.
Right.
So,
No. 100%. I
what
can
about you?
summarize my. I'll start with my bad boss experience. I can summarize them in one. I am not. I do not want to be micromanaged. I no, most people
Mm-mm.
don't. That's like an obvious. Some people do want their handheld. I want you to tell me my job. I'm gonna go do it, and just know I'm gonna do it
Yep.
well. Don't ask me questions. I do not do well with micromanaging, but also I don't do well, and this has come up. I don't like competitive. We are not competing. You are supposed to be looking out for me. You are leading me,
Mm-hmm.
but also
Mm-hmm.
don't overly make it known that you're leading me. Don't have that your whole personality be that you are above me, blah blah. Cuz I don't compete with people at work. I just don't care. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to do a good job. I'm going to go home.
Mm-hmm.
My current boss, love her. And my boss's boss, he's wonderful. Probably the best experience I've had so far. They speak highly of me if I'm not in the room. Like, they're champions.
Yeah.
They know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. They just like, so it's essentially trust. Now, some people need to be micromanaged. We can all agree on that. And some people
Mm-hmm.
want to be. I feel like early in careers, people need to be told this is what you need to do, how to do it. But
Sure.
you got to figure out what people, and also a new thing I've heard from other people is like people moving into management roles who were like coworkers before and then being micromanagers, not knowing like, so I don't know. So I'll be curious to see on these stories because I feel like I don't know. I like most of the time when we go into these, I'm like, I know whose side I'm going to be on. Like, I just
Yeah.
kind of have a guess. I don't know here.
I don't know. I told you kind of when we started that I was like, we usually do two, maybe three,
Mhm.
depending on the day. I pulled four stories and they're all so different
Yeah,
because these are all like kind of when I saw bosses, I was like, okay, it's all kind of it's gonna be the same type of thing, but all of these things are so different, but things people talk about,
I
and
know.
so we may have to bosses 2.0
I know. I
uh,
know.
because I just didn't really think about all the situations that happen with bosses, but they really do.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I say based on time, we have 30 minutes. I say two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But you can go ahead and kick us off with story number one because it's an even and it's you.
It is. Okay. Um okay. If I only have Okay. Actually, I'm gonna crack this open real fast.
What are you drinking? A
I
Pepsi
need
Zero?
some. I sure am. A cherry one, a wild
Mm.
cherry Pepsi Zero. Also, they are called Pepsi Maxes.
I have heard that. I love Pepsi. I know
Yeah.
it gets slander. I'd take a Pepsi over Coke any day, and I stand on
Okay,
that.
I am a new convert specific to wild cherry Pepsi Zero because I loved a wild cherry Pepsi and now they make the zero version and Diet Coke has not tasted the same. I will also say
Is it the racism that
had
they're supporting?
it really
That taint it for you.
it really did, but also I think it tastes a little weird recently. But that was really a big one when they sent old dude a welcome basket. That wasn't really for me. Um, but almost everywhere in the little convenience stores, like they were very small. Sorry, I'm just gonna talk. When I was in London, no, in the little convenience stores, they almost always had a zero sugar. So they had this. They had the Wild C Max, and then they had a vanilla Coke Zero
Oh,
every time.
yum.
So
I
good,
love a
so
vanilla
good.
Coke.
I know we're talking about Coke, but like I was a Diet Coke girly, die hard for how
I
many
mean,
years?
how
So many
long I've
years.
known you, basically.
Yeah. So, um, so yes, I'm a Wild Cherry Pepsi Zero girl now. That is my choice, but vanilla Coke Zero was so good.
Mm, yeah.
I had to crack it open. Okay. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to quit her job after her boss tried to kiss her?
No, I don't think so. That's pretty reasonable.
That's, that seems like, hey girl, hey,
Hey,
let's all leave.
hey, you know the answer to this. Unless you like are, I don't know, killing people on the side. I don't even know. Maybe even then. Yeah.
Hey, even then, let's not kiss people's let's if
Are
you're the
you are
boss,
you
let's not do
kissing?
that.
Is she kissing other people? Is she kissing
She
people?
kissing. Okay. So I am a 24-year-old male and my wife is a 25-year-old female. Cougar.
Mm.
She is my high school sweetheart. We've been together since we were 18 and went through uni together. Ooh, UK. Just kidding. That's just European. We made last year. Nope. We married last year, and overall, everything is going really well. This year, she started a job in a fashion store. It's her first job ever. Pop off, queen. First job at 25. That's crazy. And really enjoys it there. Sorry, I'm giving a lot of. I should just read.
Nah.
So, she frequently. Also, I'm letting you know each of these paragraphs is gonna start with so, and
I
I just
love
need you
that.
to know that. Okay. So she frequently goes to after work dinners and drinks with her coworkers, most of which are male. I'm fine with that, of course. I fully trust her and know she would never want to cheat on me. Also, she always tells me everything and doesn't leave out details. I know all her coworkers, including her boss. I've met them a few times before. So the other day, she tells me that after one of those evenings out with her coworkers, she was walking with her boss back to the store to pick something up at around 4 a.m., and he tried to kiss her. She, of course, pulled away right away. I believe her. And she went home to me to tell me straight away. Of course, I am freaking out. I don't like this one bit. Her boss knows me. He knows we are married. So the next morning, I gathered my thoughts and told her straight up that I would like her to quit her job. I don't feel comfortable with her working there anymore. She says I'm overreacting. She would never do anything with him, and she loves her job and enjoys getting paid, of course. She is not even considering looking for something else. She really wants to stay there, but I feel super uncomfortable. She said she wouldn't go for drinks alone with her boss anymore, but honestly, that's not enough for me. Am I the asshole for asking to quit her job?
Okay, so we laughed going into it. But now that I'm like, the whole idea of her quitting, she needs to go to HR, number one. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's unfair for her to have to leave. I guess more that I've thought about it because a man, you know how we feel about them, tried to kiss her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like
Right.
you could tell her that, but I feel like you could be like, hey, I'm really uncomfortable. Like, would you consider quitting and going somewhere else? You can say that, but you can't demand it because then
Sure.
you're going into the controlling aspect. So
Yeah.
you are the asshole, actually.
Yeah, and people agreed. That's why I was a little like, huh. I don't think that expressing your opinion about it is bad. I think that him saying I'm uncomfortable, I'd be comfortable
Yeah.
if you left your job, like maybe that's an option, you know? But as soon as she was like, no, I think I'll just yeah, go to HR. She didn't say that, but like
Yeah.
let's make it not that. I think that he can't keep pushing the issue,
No.
but I don't think he is, but I don't think he can.
No.
If you
Agreed.
pushed it, you are the asshole. But also, hey boss, hey
You
big
got a
boy,
lawsuit on your hand, actually, buddy.
yeah. It's on Reddit, bro. People are gonna be on you.
I also, hey, advice if you're a boss, don't try to kiss people.
Hey, yeah. If you're a boss, you literally can't.
Hey,
Hey,
don't try to kiss
that's
someone.
hey.
You're putting
Don't
them
try
in a
to do
weird.
that.
Hey, Ned Fulmer, don't try to kiss people.
Literally. Yeah. Even if you are going out for drinks, if they went out for drinks every day,
Yeah,
you still can't kiss them afterwards.
you are in a position of power regardless.
Yep.
So pop off,
Yep.
queen, for getting your first job and rejecting a kiss from a boss. Proud of you, girl.
Honestly, yeah. This is her first job and she gets to like
Dodge him,
and
and
she
now ask
yeah.
for a raise. Say, I'd like a bonus.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
But
I
go to
would
HR.
like hazard pay.
Yeah, that's weird, actually.
Yeah. So I don't think okay, did he say that he keeps bringing it up? Absolutely, he is the asshole. But if I don't think he's an asshole for acknowledging it, like asking. That's just my opinion.
Okay. I have these two for you to choose from. I pulled four, even though I hadn't pulled any. Okay. Am I the asshole for choosing to take my boss to a charity event over my fiance? Or am I the asshole for not wanting to attend my girlfriend's boss's wedding?
I kind of like the sound of the first one.
Okay, perfect. All right. I, 25 male, started working at my company about a year ago. My boss, 48 male, and I really hit it off. So much so that he frequently visits and sleeps on the couch in our basement. I assumed it was going to be a male and a female boss. And also, he sleeps on the couch in your basement.
Your boss comes to your house and sleeps on your couch?
Okay.
I love this. I was fully expecting I was fully expecting a male and female relationship.
Something like that. Or like something inappropriate. Not a 25-year-old and a 48-year-old. Okay.
No. Okay, I'm down.
My fiance, 23 female, and I have lived together for several years now. How long? Because she's 23.
Yeah, how old is that?
He's 25. At most, you better say 5 years, buddy. At most. All right. And just recently built a house together. So it has plenty of space, and she doesn't mind him staying in the basement, but they don't interact much. She minds.
She minds,
actually.
There's a reason he's in the basement.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Okay. Months ago, I purchased tickets for a local charity event that I had taken my fiance to last year. I did not indicate I would take her this year, but she assumed the second ticket was for her. Okay. Last evening, we had a difficult code deployment that my boss and I were up quite late for. After its success, we had a nightcap, and I mentioned the charity event this weekend, and he mentioned he had always wanted to go. So I invited him to go under my second ticket. He was elated, and I thought also this would be good for my career progression, as charity is a cornerstone of the company we work for. I told my fiance this morning that my boss had never been to the event and was excited to go. She said that we would all have a great time, as last year was so much fun. I then told her that there were only 2 tickets and she wasn't going. Needless to say, she was pissed. Tickets are sold out already, so I can't just buy another. I told her that she needs to be considerate of my career progression and that I can always take her again next year. Hey, I'm going to ask your opinion, but also, OP, either kiss your boss or how's your relationship with your dad? Because what?
You're dating your boss right now.
Did your boss try to kiss you?
Is this your boss?
Because what?
You're dating your boss.
Okay. Top comment. So funny. Your whole relationship with your boss is weird as fuck. ... Why the hell is he sleeping on your couch in your basement? You sure you don't have feelings for him? You're the asshole. You should have at least discussed this with the girlfriend. That's what I'm saying. Are you in love with your boss?
Literally. Yes. Or you don't like your girlfriend.
One of the two.
Or both.
Or you don't have a dad in your life. Because what other reason?
Mm-hmm. It's giving daddy issues.
It's giving something. I cannot imagine.
Okay, was that the end of that one?
That was all.
Listen, I'm picking up my microphone so I can talk directly. You're dating your boss.
Yeah.
You are actively dating your boss. He is sleeping over, but also here's the thing. And I don't mean that bosses don't have to have everything. This isn't the CEO.
No, right.
You know, I understand that. But does your boss have a house?
Okay, I was gonna ask, what's his deal?
What's the boss doing?
Hey, is your boss homeless? Your boss have to sleep on your couch? Or is he estranged from his wife because he's in love with this 25-year-old that reports him?
Because he's in love with you? I can't imagine. I need more context. I don't need more context on whether or not this guy's the asshole. He absolutely is. Absolutely is. But also, if your boss is sleeping in your house, you are no longer just boss and employee.
No.
You are friends or lovers. And the fact that he wants this to be a job opportunity, like a job growth opportunity, is weird.
Yeah.
He sleeps in your home, you go out for a nightcap, and you're going to a charity event together. This is no longer just a boss and a co-worker relationship.
I can't think.
Does your boss have a house?
I can't think of a single boss I've had that I'd be like, come live in my basement, actually.
Literally. I can't. Honestly, there are some coworkers that I love that I wouldn't be like, hey, you want to come live down here?
It's limited. That list is. That's so funny, though.
That's That's hilarious. You absolutely are the asshole.
Yeah.
And that
was the overall.
And his girlfriend should break up with
Fiance, call off the wedding, homegirl.
fiance. Oh, don't get married to him.
Don't marry this dude. He is either secretly gay or he has some major daddy issues.
And both are fine, but they're both affecting you.
Well, one's yeah.
Oh no, that's so bad. Also, I'm trying to think if I was 25 years old. Also, hey, a 23-year-old woman in this, like, basically, I know they're not, I know the boss isn't living there, but in my head, he's moved in.
Might as well be, honestly.
Might as well be. Living with a 45-year-old, you wouldn't, like, be free to do a lot of things.
No, I think also just him blatantly just not inviting her is weird. And that's where I'm just like, something is funky here. Again, both fine. Both are okay issues.
Right.
But you got to figure out something because you can't have it. And also him being like, she doesn't mind that he lives. She does mind.
She does.
Actually. She's just 23 right now.
Her? Yeah. Have you ever asked if she
Hilarious.
Have you talked about
actually
if she cares that he stays there?
Well, and also, is he like already in your house? And then she's like, "Yeah, I don't care."
Yeah. Or like one time, I wouldn't care if my partner's boss had to come. My partner's boss had to come stay at my house one time, but to then. Love. To then it's a multiple time thing. And this guy's going to in my mind it's like a gala. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like
it's something
big
fun.
without you. Yeah.
No, I would be salty if Sam came home and was like, "I'm actually going to take my boss over you." You're not. Actually, as someone's partner, you're like guaranteed to get to go to the fun stuff, in my opinion. Hi, Boiled Bacon. How come? I have no idea what this is about. Well, here's what it's about. Bosses. And if you want to learn more, follow us on Spotify or other major podcast stuff, you know?
Yep.
So
I don't remember the other ones right now.
Podcast Addict if you're not in America, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we're just talking about bad bosses and falling in love with bosses and kissing bosses. Apparently. Okay. Love that one. Your turn.
Okay. I'm going to give you 3 to choose from.
Okay, perfect. Love it.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not wearing makeup to work even though my boss asked me to after he found my makeup related Instagram account? The asshole for crying to my husband, the boss, about a coworker and making things awkward for the team? Or am I the asshole for deciding not to tell my boss that he had jizz on his shirt?
Okay, well, not the first one because insane. We can't talk much about that. Obviously not.
Yes.
The second lady is on theme with kissing her boss, which I don't know. I have so many questions for both.
It's true.
Why does your boss have jizz on his shirt at work unless you work for like adult filmmaking, which is great. Love that for you. Oh my God. I don't know. Do you have a preference to, I'm stuck between those two.
I'm very stuck between these two. No, I think. Okay.
I feel like the second
is the
one,
asshole and one's not.
I feel like the second one. I need to know why she's married to her boss and how is that allowed, and also what's the coworker drama.
Okay.
The gist stuff, probably not, because like, why is that on his shirt? So probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so am I the asshole for crying to my husband, the boss, about a coworker and making things awkward for the team?
Maybe.
I started working for a subsidiary owned by my husband's company about 7 months ago. Only one person knew about my connection to my husband in my team, which is how I wanted it. Things had been going great for the most part, but there's one manager who treats me like I'm an idiot. He doesn't listen to my suggestions and often talks over me during meetings. I didn't want to be that person who went crying to her husband to fix things for her, and I've had to deal with people like him before in my old companies, so I was trying to handle it myself. He had me and another woman he treats the same removed from a huge project that we'd both made significant contribution to suddenly without an explanation. I was so angry and upset that when my husband asked me what was wrong, I just started crying and told him everything. He ended up having both of us put back onto the project and is now involved in it. He's now involved in it too, even though it's so far away from his normal job. Meetings have been super awkward for everyone, and now everybody is stressed out because my husband is a perfectionist and is quick to point out flaws. They all know we're married now, and a few coworkers who were my friends have been treating me differently since. When I asked one of them why, he told me I had made things awkward and now people weren't just working to finish the project, but they are working to save their jobs since apparently my husband has fired people before in similar situations. He suggested I ask my husband to stop overseeing this project, but I told him I didn't think he would even if I asked, which upset him. Am I the asshole?
I'm gonna be real. All right, I have maybe a controversial opinion in general.
Okay.
No, I don't think she is, and here's the thing: did she use leverage of her husband being there? Yes. Do I think that's a baller move? Yeah, and here's why: there is so much office politics that people use all sorts of things like this to their advantage. Pop off, queen. You know what? And also, if that guy was being sexist, good. I'm glad everyone else is miserable now. To be honest.
Yep.
So you're not the asshole. I'm glad your husband stood up for you. And also, fuck that other person. Who cares he's making it tough? Do a good job then. Sorry.
Literally.
What is she supposed to do?
If that's right, if that's his company,
yeah,
and if she was not the wife and she was having a hard time and him as the boss came to her, I would still expect the same reaction from her, like being like, this guy, like he's treating me terrible, he's treating this other woman terrible. I would expect that to come out.
Yeah,
I would be that honest with my boss if that was the case.
100%.
And I don't think that him putting himself in the project, if it's his company,
yeah,
I don't think that's weird at all. And
Go
I think that it's important actually,
yes,
for him to do that.
Yep.
To prove that he's not letting shit slide.
And honestly, okay, I'm saying this because with the idea too that two of my closest friends are coworkers. But who gives a shit if a couple people at work don't like you? Who cares? Truthfully. Really? Yeah, it's not your hierarchy to go tell your husband to back off.
No, but also, I don't think she did something wrong as an employee. I also don't think she did something wrong as a wife.
No, I agree.
Like, I would react the same way. I feel like if my, which feels weird, but if my boss came up to me when I was in that situation, I would let that all out. But also if a partner came up to me when I was in that situation, I would let it all out. Hers just happens to be the same person.
Yeah.
And he got shit done. And honestly, that's a damn good boss, and that's a damn good husband.
Well, and also
they just happen to be both.
Yeah. Sorry he's a perfectionist on the project. Like, were you not going to do a good job in the first place?
Right. Hey, then what were you going to do before?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be convinced either. I don't care what the overall opinion is. We're right.
No. The overall opinion is asshole, and I don't agree.
No, I don't think so either.
So some other people don't agree either. They were like, they agreed with what we're saying.
Also, his actions are not depicted. Like, he took his own action. She just did what a normal, like, person would do in this situation. So
Mm-hmm.
how is she the asshole? He took his own actions.
Absolutely. And she was trying to make it work with this actual
Yeah,
asshole.
100%.
She was trying to like make it do whatever it needs to do. And she didn't run to her husband and complain about it the first time.
No.
Clearly this has been a situation, and the fact that it wasn't just her, it was other women,
Yep.
because this guy's just a misogynist and
Yep.
not just mad at her because she's with the husband.
Yep.
So I don't agree with the results for this at all. I don't think she's
No.
the asshole, like, at all in the situation. And I think that honestly all the coworkers are.
And here's the thing
All
I will
coworkers
say.
and friends.
I will say, like, I don't know if it's a corporation, and it's not that it's right, but people, I think, forget that there are political atmospheres within corporations, and you got to just kind of play the game. It's not going to be fair. It's not going to be right. And I'm assuming people that voted asshole are not seeing it that way. Like, that's just unfortunately how it is. It's not great all the time, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Ew.
So
well, I hated most of those coworkers.
No, she needs new coworkers and also guaranteed jobs so they can keep being haters. She's kissing the boss. She gets to stay.
She gets to stay. She was kissing the boss. Okay, but so I think that it's you're kissing the boss when you've met and you were the boss. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. My opinion changes because I'm very big on, like, if you're the boss, you cannot be kissing people.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
she didn't. It sounds like they were acquired, so it's not like she sought out to work here. It seems like they were working at different companies and then they merged, and now she works with her husband. So it's like,
Yes.
so it's not like he hired her out of nepotism and stuff and then was kissing. You know,
Yeah,
they were kissing before.
Yes, I agree. Sorry, it looked like we were offline for a second, and now we're back.
Might have been. Okay. All right. So for the last one, would I be the asshole if I blocked my boss's number? There's a too long didn't read, but I'm not going to read that yet.
Okay.
I work in tech QA where I have 3 bosses and manage 4 people. One of my bosses, let's call him R, joined the project 4 months ago, and to his credit has a very hard job in release management, making sure everything gets out on time. R works a lot of overtime, and he expects me and my coworkers in QA to do the same. I have stated to R numerous times I can't work overtime, but I will be available to him from 10 to 6 Monday to Friday. My other 2 bosses are fine with this arrangement, but R regularly calls and texts me on the weekends, late at night, on days I have taken PTO, etc., and complains when I don't respond. This week, I caught pneumonia, so I haven't been working. I told all 3 of my bosses that I would be out until I felt better. We have a pretty generous sick day policy. And the other 2 were fine with it. R, however, has called me 4 times in 2 days and texted me 15 plus times asking me to do quick tasks to meet a deadline we have on Friday. These quick tasks are things where I'm the only one who knows how to do them, but are not small tasks. In response, R has called my management concerning and irresponsible since I don't have a backfill that can function efficiently in my absence. Everyone on my team is very new / started in the last month and a half, and they don't have system permissions to do what I do, but R does. The person who used to have R's position used to be my backfill but left the company on bad terms. So I have said I can complete these items when I return, or if it can't wait, this is how you can teach yourself to do them. R said he didn't have time and it was my team's responsibility, not his. I feel like I'm being harassed for taking sick time and not being at work, and I want to set some boundaries that aren't being respected otherwise. But we do have a pretty hard deadline on Friday. And I get that R is in a tough position trying to get everything in order, and there's outstanding things that were my responsibility but aren't finished. So, would I be the asshole if I blocked R's phone number and stated that R can email me or message me on the company's messaging system during work hours, but when I'm not in office, I'll be unreachable, understanding that he cannot contact me in an emergency situation?
Oh, not the asshole at all.
Yeah.
I'm very big on when I'm at work, and when I'm not, I'm not.
Yep.
And no one, like, that is our whole office. No one tries to get a hold of you, or we don't expect some will send an email because it's on their mind, but no one expects you to answer things or anything outside of that.
Yeah.
So I'd block that number. Get out of here.
I would too. Like, unless you're saving lives, there's no reason. And it sounds like you guys work in IT. So,
Yeah.
not saying that that can't be life saving, but like probably not in this scenario.
Yeah, but also if R has the permissions, do it.
And that's the kind of stuff that makes me. I've had jobs where I'm like, I'm going to quit. If you start calling me after work, I'm going to quit. Unless we are understood that we are both working overtime. Do not call me. You can message me on Teams.
Yep.
But you better not expect me to respond until I'm in working hours.
Right. If my little thing is green, you can get a hold of me on there.
Yeah. My boss doesn't even have my phone number. Some people in our company will they like list it out in their card. They'll have their office number and their cell number. You're not getting my cell number.
No, we have a work phone, so we have our office line and then our work phone line, but we also can't text on our work phones. It's like a big, so it's like, you only get to call me if I don't answer it. I'm not answering my work phone if I'm not working. I don't look at Teams. I don't look at anything if I'm not working. So, and unless it is, I don't think, actually, I've never had anything work-related texted to my personal phone. It's been like, hey, there are storms coming. Don't drive into work.
Yeah.
Work from home. That sort of thing. You can, please tell me that anytime you want. Tell me to work from home any day you want to. But no, it's never been that is inappropriate. Like, that's inappropriate behavior.
Yeah, I honestly think he probably needs to report it.
I agree.
Because that's harassment at that point.
Agree. 15? I don't know if it said 15 texts or 15 missed calls. After 3, I'm calling HR.
100%. 100%.
That's when you said 15.
Yep. That's out. A stalker. You that's gotta go. That's worse than kissing bosses.
They had pneumonia.
I know.
Are you like, I feel like you're in the hospital for some of that at least, like,
yeah.
You're not well.
No. That's
people catch pneumonia and die.
I know.
Like, I'm not worried.
Oh no, it's lagging.
Oh,
there we go.
I came back. Sorry, my internet just decided to turn off. So I'm back.
Yeah, no, that one is wild. Set boundaries and honestly go to HR.
Yeah. But I feel like OP did try to set boundaries and then they were not.
Yeah, no, I think blocking's fine. And honestly, what he could probably do is respond to R and being like, I'm out of office. This line is no longer to be used to contact me about work. Thank you.
Yep.
And then block him. That's the only step I would take outside of just like immediately blocking. I would send something that's like for documentation purposes, just being like, this line is not to be used for this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
Yeah, nope. Those bosses.
Hey,
bad. So apparently today we all need to kiss our bosses, block our bosses, marry our bosses.
Yes.
And I think that's fine.
But that is the 14th episode of Oops All Opinion. Take us out.
Exciting.
Well, you can do the one outro, you know.
So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're watching us, we're on YouTube. We also stream most of the time, mostly on Wednesdays, but I kicked us back a day. Listen to us on all the things. Thank you for doing all of that. I am that one chick. That is
Uh-oh.
I garbled your name.
That's
in my
okay.
mouth.
I get that a lot.
That is relaxed.
Please rate and review us. Give us 5 stars wherever you listen to us. If you're on Spotify, Podcast Addict, I don't remember the others, Apple Podcast. Just give us 5 stars. Tell us how great we are. Or you can give us 5 stars and say something mean. That's okay too, as long as it's 5 stars.
Hey, as long as it's 5 stars, that's literally all we care about. Do the polls. Vote in the polls. Vote at any time you get the ability to vote. You should vote in the polls or otherwise.
Yes.
But other than that, if you have differing opinions than what we had today, would you like to tell them what they can do with those?
Go to HR. No, I'm just kidding. Argue with yourself. Don't kiss your boss. And don't let your boss sleep on your couch either. Set boundaries. Your fiance doesn't like it.
Yeah, don't date your boss if you have a fiance.
Don't do that.
You can't.
And if you have daddy issues, go talk to a therapist. And honestly, if you're kissing your boss, go talk to a therapist too. Figure that out.
Yeah, and if you think that your fiance doesn't have an opinion about your boss sleeping on your couch, they do. And you should talk to your therapist.
Talk to your therapist about that, everyone. So, all right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us again. We'll be back in a week. Bye.
Yes. Hey, bye.